Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot. Now, if you watched my most recent video, you've met this deck already. It has quickly become one of my favorites, and I did share an unboxing video of it just the other day, but I didn't give it an opportunity to actually speak to us, to actually share its message with us, and that's exactly what we're going to do today because I'm obsessed with this deck. I think it's my most favorite that I've found in years. I love the connection between the Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland that they've done. The illustrations are beyond gorgeous, so if you haven't seen that unboxing video and all the cards in it, then feel free to actually go back and watch that one. It's the next video down in my on my channel and on my list, and it's definitely worth the watch because come on, this deck is so freaking pretty. You can see there like the gold sides and everything, the gold on the back, and that gold, although it doesn't come out that great in the video, the gold is through and through every single one of the illustrations. All of the cards, they have that gold inlay in them. And this deck, the limited edition of the Journey to Oz and Wonderland by Mystic Madness Tarot, it's still available to purchase from their Etsy page, and I'll leave that link in the description below if you want to add this deck to your collection. Definitely worth it in my opinion. It's one of the quality of the cards is fantastic, the look of the cards is fantastic, and I'm going to do a reading for all of us, general reading for humanity, for whoever needs a reading now. We're going to do that so that you can see what the cards have to share. Now, like I do with my general readings, there's nothing specific going on. We had the present situation, what the future might hold, and the advice that our guides have for us, but that is as much as as much general as you can possibly get, and it's whatever the cards want to share. So first we're going to shuffle the deck the way that I like to shuffle the deck because, the cards are really good quality, but I don't want anything to happen to them. I don't want to warp them or anything like that. So we're going to simply do, piles of 3. And as always, I want to begin this by thanking them. Thanking the cards for giving me a voice because I wouldn't have a voice without them. So for that, I thank you, 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 thank you. Already my piles are getting a little mixed up, so gotta be a little bit careful. But as we said, there's nothing specific going on. At the time of this video, it is the 2nd day of February. Well, you're watching it at midnight on the 3rd, so this is the very beginning of February. We're going into the second month of the year. We're getting closer and closer to spring. Imbolc was just the other day, so we have that halfway point between winter and spring, so we can start getting our ideas out, start looking towards the future, looking to what we want to achieve throughout the year. And what you focus on now, what we decide we want to do, we set those seeds and plant those seeds, we can grow them in something more. That's what these readings are about. I want to inspire you to believe in yourself and to empower yourself. So whatever you want to share, Journey to Oz and Wonderland, whatever our guides want to share with us, that is exactly what we're looking for in this reading, and exactly what we're looking for you to share. Whatever insight, inspiration, empowerment, or even caution that you have to share for where we are presently in our lives, what the future might hold for us, and the advice that you have for us as humanity, as for all of us, for whoever is looking for a reading right now and needs some insight. That is exactly what we're doing here now. So we've got the cards nice and shuffled there. We had the Page of Wands as the bottom of the deck. We'll get to that when we get to the reading. Go like this with the cards, and we're going to pick 3 that seem to call to me. We have that one. This one is the one calling to me. Ooh, and the Cheshire Cat upside down there with his happy face. That one as well. So I'm going to shuffle, fold the cards back up, whatever we call that. Put them down here, and we have the present situation right here with the Knight of Swords. We're going to focus on one card at a time because that way, you have that focus, and focus is key in achieving anything. So right now, I got to move those out of the way because my hand's in the way. Left-handed problems, we all know this. Knight of Swords right here. It is illustrated as TikTok. TikTok is one of the characters that Dorothy meets in the Return to Oz. He's locked in, if I remember correctly, he's locked in like a shed or something like that, and she finds him and she winds him up, and then he helps her. He's there with her. He can help her fight those wheelie dudes that have the arms and legs, or the hands and feet as wheels, that always freaked me out as a child. He can help her deal with that. He can help her deal with the evil queen that can take her head off and change her head. Yeah, seriously, if you haven't read the Wizard of Oz books, you are missing out. There's some craziness. Return to Oz, made in the 80s, also some major craziness in that as well. But Knight of Swords, this is the soldier that is not afraid of chaos. This is the one that thrives in chaos. And with life the way that it is, with the stresses going on, with all the chaos that seems to be going on around the world. Facing the chaos with confidence is the name of the game on how to stay on top of things, to stay on top of the ocean of emotion, not get overwhelmed with the stress and everything like that. The Knight of Swords says we have what it takes to face this chaos, and stay on top, stay afloat. You can see there he's a machine, so he's got all these weapons and everything, and he can fight that chaos. But this is the Knight of the mind, so it says trust your mind, trust that mind to lead you to whatever chaos you are facing right now, whatever obstacle you face. Have that confidence and that focus on what you want to achieve, and you can overcome whatever you face. So having that strong mind there, that's the soldier. This is the soldier of the mind. So having that strong mind to overcome whatever you face, whatever obstacles you face, finding that confidence to keep going and not letting the stress overcome you or overwhelm you. That is the name of the game with the Knight of Swords, and that is who comes up for our present situation that shows, yes, we are facing that chaos. We are facing these stresses in our lives. This is a message for humanity, but in our individual lives, we have individual stresses. We have individual obstacles that we have to face. So embracing this aspect of ourselves, embracing this inner night, and saying, you know what? I'm not going to let my mind overwhelm me. I'm going to trust myself and have this confidence and this drive to keep going. I'm going to face whatever stresses and whatever chaos that I find, whatever obstacles that stand in my way. I'm going to face it with confidence. I'm going to trust myself and my mind. I'm going to overcome whatever life's going to throw at me. Trust yourself and you can overcome anything. Now, speaking of what might be in the future, that is our next spot after the Knight of Swords. Before we get over the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords is astrologically connected to the zodiac sign of Gemini, which is the sign of the twins. You know, trusting yourself, trusting your mind, above all, trusting in your higher self so that you can overcome whatever life throws at you. Number connected to the Knight of Swords, you know, there's no numbers connected to the court cards. We see them as the next step after the completion of the 10. You can easily find the numbers connected to them. The Knight would be the second spot after the completion of the 10. You know, page goes first, then the Knight follows that page. So the Knight would be 12, the number of the Hanged Man. So thinking outside of the box, trusting that mind of yours can help you overcome whatever obstacles you face, as well as that 1 and 2 combine to make 3, the number of creativity and creation itself, the Empress of the major arcana. So remembering that you are the creator of your destiny. When you're able to overcome the stresses of life and overcome whatever you face, then you become stronger with each time. That creativity is within you. So embracing this inner soldier, trusting your mind, is going to help lead you to wherever you want to be and help you overcome whatever chaos that you face in your life. So we move from the Knight of Swords to the Magician. This is awesome. The Magician is the first step after the initial leap of the Fool. So you face this chaos with confidence. You found that confidence. You've created the life that you want. You've overcome the obstacles that have stood in your way of it. You know, you've trusted your mind. You've faced all the obstacles, and now you've embraced your power. The future shows that once you've overcome that and you've learned those lessons of the past, then you're able to create magic in your life. You're able to begin whatever you want because you have that confidence to go after your dreams. Now, this illustration of the Magician, I believe, is Alice, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Actually, it says the Mad Hatter right there. I did say Alice. There's TikTok, and that's what's really cool about this deck, is right there on the card is the character that it is. So this is a female take on the Mad Hatter of Alice in Wonderland. Now, if we take that energy of Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter, you know, he was literally mad. He was crazy. But when Alice in Wonderland was written, hat makers like the Mad Hatter, you know, hatters, they would work with Mercury in order to get to make their hats, to fold them and morph them and make them into form them whatever they wanted to make them into, you know, like the one we see here on our head. But that Mercury, that's what made them crazy. That's what made them mad. Like actual physical Mercury, like the stuff that we have on the earth, that is very much so dangerous. It's if you have take too much of it, it will end up killing you, I believe, and it, at very least, like the Mad Hatter, it will make you absolutely crazy. But, you know, the crazier you are mentally, the more you can trust yourself. The weird and proud, that's my favorite saying, is be weird, be proud, and be true to who you are. The Magician here, and we talked about Mercury, is actually astrologically connected to Mercury. So this is, don't be afraid to communicate your truth moving forward. Don't be afraid to show the world what you're made of, and embrace that inner magician and create magic in your life, beginning to believe in your worth, believe in yourself, and make your future what you want it to be. This says you found that confidence, you're soldiering on, you're not giving giving up and you're facing that chaos with confidence, the magician would be the next step. You've embraced your power. You found your inner truth. So communicating that truth, being true to who you are, and just following the path that feels right to you, beginning to believe in your own worth and communicating that truth, because we said astrology connected to Mercury. So Mercury is very much the planet of communication. It's the planet of technology. Combine those two energies. It's like, don't be afraid to communicate with people you've never met on social media. Being kind, being nice to other people, and sharing that truth so you can begin believing in your own worth. I always have this little idea when it comes to the magician, to fake it till you make it. Even if you don't have all the answers, the Mad Hatter didn't have all the answers. Alice didn't have all the answers when she leaped into that rabbit hole after that rabbit. Dorothy didn't have all the answers when her house landed in Oz, but they weren't afraid to begin. And that is the key here with the magician, not being afraid to begin and following the path that feels right to you, embracing your inner power and individuality, and just being true to who you are and being the magician of your story, and just finding that internal confidence to go after your dreams and believe in your own worth. You can be the magician of your story. You can create the life that you truly want to live, the true life that you truly enjoy. That magician, labeled one of the major arcana, that is the number of action, that's taking action on those ideas. You soldiered on, you found that confidence because you've overcome the chaos that you faced, and then you can embrace your inner magician and create the life that you want, beginning to believe in yourself and letting that inner fire right there lead your way forward. Now, there are all kinds of symbols up here, and I don't recognize any, I'm going to be honest with you, but it doesn't necessarily matter. This says, whatever feels right to you, whatever you want these symbols to represent. You've got the down ones pointing down there, you've got the ones going up and everything. So you have that energy of, and we have that illustration of the Rider-Waite-Smith, where one finger is pointing up and another finger is pointing down, and it says as above so below. Those ideas in your mind that you're giving to the universe, that you're saying these are what I want to achieve, then the universe is helping you by bringing that energy down and giving you the ability to do that. So trust yourself moving forward, embrace that inner magician, and know that you can begin whatever you want to begin moving forward. So the future tells us there's magical beginnings waiting for us. We faced the chaos, we've embraced our inner soldiers, and we're able to move forward, and we have that confidence, to begin whatever we want to begin. So then the advice from the universe, guide, spirit, God, however you choose to see it, would be the Seven of Cups there. And it says right there, the Gnome King's ornaments. Now, a little backstory on the Gnome King's ornaments. Again, read the books. Read the Wizard of Oz books. They are so worth reading. And they're only like $1 or $2 on Amazon Kindle. It's definitely worth the money. If you get the actual books, or you pay a little bit more, you get the illustrations and everything, which is much better in my opinion. It shows you a lot more, but hey, this deck shows you a lot too, so you could add this deck to the books as well. There's a Shadow of Oz tarot as well. We've done a reading with that one before. I've done a flip through with that one as well, so that one also shows the illustrations and stuff. But the books, you have those illustrations in your minds, what everything looks like. That always works too. Books are so fantastic. But the little backstory about the Gnome King's ornaments, all of these are actually people that have made him mad, people that he's captured and things like that. These trinkets that he has, they were once people. So I kind of ruined the story a little bit there for you, but trust me, there's so much more to it. I think there's 14 books altogether. But you have all these different trinkets here, and this card is the card of choices. So you have this King Knight of Swords. You have that facing the chaos with confidence. You trust your mind. So then when you start trusting yourself and trusting your mind and overcoming all the obstacles that you face, and you embrace that inner magician, and you begin whatever you want, then that path becomes open with possibilities, open with choices. Some of those choices might be too good to be true. Some of them might sound like they're a good idea, and the more you think about them, that they're not. So that's why it's important to trust your mind. Always trust your mind, so then you can trust your heart as well and decide which one of these choices is the most emotionally fulfilling, which one that you really want to begin. Because whatever you want to begin, you have the power and possibility to do it. There's that so much potential there, but you have to make a choice to decide which of those paths is the one that's most emotionally fulfilling for you. Like the hand in this illustration, they're looking at all these different trinkets. Which one do they want to choose? Which one do they possibly want to make back into a human and spin the wheel or rub the belt? I think there was a magic belt in the Wizard of Oz, and that's how he made these. But whichever one that they want to choose, they have that power, but they have to have that confidence to believe in themselves and embrace their inner magician and trust their minds in order to make that choice. In your own individual life, you have to make the choice to decide whichever one of these you want to do, whichever path that you want to take, whatever you want to begin moving forward. It's your choice to make. Now, the Seven of Cups is astrologically connected to the third decan of Scorpio, so we're looking at a time frame of about November 11th to about November 20th, right before Sagittarius season begins. But that energy of Scorpio, that 5, 6, and 7 sequence, it's one of my favorites when it comes to the astrological correspondences, because the 5 of Cups is the card of crying over spilled milk. You know, focusing on what's been lost, what you can't get back. Yeah, crying over spilled milk, that's like a very small take on it. But it says, you know, you're focusing too much on what's been lost. You're letting your mind ruminate about what can no longer change, what's already gone, and you need to look forward. Now, that 5 is followed by the 6 of Cups, the card of self-reflection, of taking the time to learn from that past. So that pain that is experienced, that your mind is overwhelming you with, that you need to overcome, that would lead to the 6 of Cups. It says there's something to learn from that. There's something, an emotional investment that you need to take in order to learn what that past has to teach you. Take those lessons with you. When you have those lessons with you, you can trust your mind more and become the magician of your story and find that confidence, that wisdom, that drive, that focus to make whatever choice you want to make moving forward. All of these choices might be emotionally fulfilling. Some, like I said, are too good to be true, and that's why you need to trust your mind as well as your heart. Let them work in tandem together in order to make the right choice for you. So that is the advice that the universe has for you. Whatever you want to begin, it's your choice to begin, but the choice is up to you of what you want to make. So overcoming that doubt, trusting your mind, and having confidence to overcome whatever obstacles you face, that's going to help you make the choices that you make moving forward. Then, of course, like I said, we have the bottom of the deck, and that card would be the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, you know, that's kind of the page, the step right before the Knight. This is two different decks, or not two different decks, the two different court cards, two different suits of court cards as well. But the Page of Wands, the only card of the suit of Wands that we have here, and this is Scraps the Patchwork Girl. Again, if you want to know who Scraps the Patchwork Girl is, read the books. She's definitely a fiery character. She's really fun. She's got a strong mind and a strong heart and a will and a focus and a passion that takes her really far on her journey. She's got her own journey in The Wizard of Oz. You wouldn't know if you just read or watched the movie. But the Patchwork Girl and the Page of Wands, like the Knight of Swords, you know, it's an aspect of ourselves. That's how I want to see it. And it's not being afraid to embrace that inner fire and following a path that just feels right to us, that just feels right to the one living the life. Whatever lights your inner fire, the Page of Wands says embrace that. Believe in yourself. Take that passion and run with it. Let that inner fire lead you to where you want to be. Sure, there's a lot here that says it's just the beginning. The magician there in the future position very much says that the future is what we choose to create, whatever we want to begin. And the Page of Wands appearing here at the bottom of the deck with all of this says, you know, trust our inner fires. Let that passion fuel our way forward. Don't be afraid to begin again. All those ideas, all those thoughts, all those lessons learned of the past, those are with us. Because the Page of Wands, like we mentioned with the Knight of Swords, he was 12. The Page of Wands would be an 11. And that 11 energy is double that of the 1. That says it's not just our first beginning. We've begun before. We've taken ideas, we've taken passions of ours and ran with them in the past. So all of those lessons with us, 1 and 1 combined to make 2, that makes our intuition stronger. Trust that intuition, trust that mind, trust that heart, and trust that we have what it takes to succeed, to begin a life, to create whatever we want, to create this life that we're passionate about. We have that power to do it. We have the power to do so. Trust yourself and your mind, and you can do anything that you set that mind and that heart to. Page of Wands appearing at the bottom of the deck. Astrological correspondence is any one of the signs that connects to the element of fire. So we have that Aries energy, you know, being the leader of the zodiac, having that, you know, not being afraid to be different, to let that fire fuel your way forward. We have Leo, the fixed fire sign of the zodiac, the one that's not afraid to be a showman, to show the world what they're made of. So embracing those two energies, being that showman, being that leader that you were born to be. And of course, Sagittarius, the mutable fire sign that says, I'm not afraid to shoot for the stars. I'm not afraid to go after it, and I'm willing to learn everything that I can in order to achieve it. Let that passion lead your way forward. Trust that mind of yours to overcome whatever obstacles that you face. Embrace that inner magician. Communicate your truth and be true to who you are. And you can make whatever choice that you want to make, whatever choice feels right to you. Trust yourself that you can make it. That in itself, that 7 relates to overcoming obstacles. So it goes right back to that 9 of Swords that says, trusting your mind can help you overcome whatever obstacles you face. Trusting yourself, your heart, and your mind can help you overcome whatever you face. And then, of course, letting your inner fire begin whatever you want to begin and lead you to where you want to be. You have the power. You have the power within you, your intuition, whatever you want to do. Trust yourself, your mind, your heart, and let that inner fire lead your way. Like I said, this is just a general reading for whoever needs it. From the absolutely incredible Journey to Oz and Wonderland Tarot deck by Mystic Magnets Tarot. If this resonates with you, I'm so happy for you. Trust yourself, believe in yourself. If you want a personal reading with this deck or any decks in my collection, then feel free to comment on this video. Message me on either of the socials. All that information will be down below in the description below. And you can book one directly on my website as well. It's entirely up to you. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you the best in everything you do, and I'll see you again next time.